Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be on to something.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Cup.
Hockey tonight at Rogers Place. The Edmonton Oilers host Canada's team, the beloved Toronto Maple Leafs. Just thought I'd jump right in with a troll move right off the top of the show. Why wait? The second favorite team for many Oilers fans. If the Oilers couldn't win the Stanley Cup, many of our listeners would be like, gosh darn it, Jay, I hope Toronto finally wins it. It's been so long. Santa, I'm a big Oilers fan, and I would love a McDavid jersey. But golly gee whiz, it's been so long since the Toronto Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup. Santa, do you think you could bring one for them? Said no one in oil country ever.
Yeah, I don't know if that's ever been said.
We should do that skit at Christmas time. We could improv it.
And
anyway,
then even Santa's like, well,
Santa's
I do have my limitations.
He hates the Leafs too.
Yeah.
The Toronto Maple Leafs, they won last night in Calgary. They have a record of 26-21-9. The Oilers are 28-20-8. It is the final game of the Oilers' 8-game homestand. They are 4-3 to this point. The Oilers will go with McDavid between Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. McDavid, 40 points in 26 career games against Toronto. Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Kapanen. Szymanski with Savoy and Roslovic. And on the fourth line, Lazar is out. Mangiapane is in. Janmark and Frederick will also be on that line. Defensively, Ekholm with Bouchard. Nurse with Wallman. Stastny with Emberson. Connor Ingram will be the goaltender. Just one career decision against the Maple Leafs in his career. 0-1, 3.09 GA, and an 8.86 SUVPA. The Maple Leafs top line is a young man by the name of Austin Matthews with McMahon and Domi. Top D pairing, McCabe and Carlo. Both Tanev and Riley are out. Their expected starter is Anthony Stolarz against the Oilers in his career. 1-2 with a 3.34 goals against average and an 8.93 save percentage. A lot of storylines for this game. First of all, it's Toronto in town, so that's always significant. Last Oilers home game before the Olympic break. An interesting, I was going to say milestone game for Zach Hyman. It's not a milestone game for Zach Hyman, but for, I think, fans of the Oilers, it's a milestone game because are some very direct comparisons we can make regarding Zach Hyman's career as a Toronto Maple Leaf and careers at Edmonton Oilers, because he's now played the exact number of games for both teams.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit more about Zach Hyman. He'll be one of the themes on the show today, including the fact that he was not selected for the Canadian Olympic team as a fill-in for Cirelli. Bennett's going to get the call instead. That it'll also be the jumping off point for our off-topic topic, which is going to be fun, hopefully. So many things we're going to talk about, and it is Super Bowl week, so we want to do another Super Bowl angle. Greg Bell from the Tacoma News Tribune, he was on the show a couple weeks ago, covers the Seahawks. He's already there, right?
Yeah, he's
already
in the midst
Santa
of
Clara.
Radio Row.
Right.
He's there.
And it's like a massive structure.
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to ask, too, what's it like covering a Super Bowl? I've been lucky enough to cover a couple Stanley Cup finals, went to a few drafts. It's big time. There are a lot of people there. Probably would pale in I'd probably get lost if I covered the Super Bowl.
Oh, maybe we'll talk about those experiences later.
You would send me down as a correspondent to the Super Bowl, and it'd be like, well, why isn't Reid dialed in for his hit? And then you'd get a dial like an hour later. It's like, I took the subway in the wrong direction, and I'm in an entirely different city.
You would need a chaperone.
I'd need a chaperone.
Yeah,
because I'm not good traveling. Like, I'm always worried where my hand sanitizer is. Like, where's my allergy medication? Do I have a bottle of water, or where are my notes? Like,
do you think I would be a good chaperone?
Yes, because you're far more responsible and with it than I am. Though I don't know what you're like traveling.
I think we would travel well.
Yeah, but you get annoyed with me quite quickly.
No, I haven't become annoyed with you in the year and a half that we've worked together.
But I would always be like, where are our tickets? Where are we going to sit? We got to get there
and
early.
I would quell those.
We're going to be late.
But see, I'd say, Reid, I got the tickets right here, baby. Don't worry. I know how we're getting
Not
there.
your transit tickets. You can't put transit on your phone.
Well, don't worry.
What if we have to take the
when
subway from Santa Clara to the 49ers practice facility?
You can get your Bay Area Rapid Transit tickets online. I got the BART handled.
Bay Area.
It's called the BART.
Oh, yeah, the BART. Oh, yeah, you were there. That's right.
I got them handled.
Yeah, you're like, Reid, I got this. Yeah. We're up to the till. A couple BARTs, please.
Make it BART Express.
Yeah, I was here 13 years ago. I think I know my way around.
Yeah.
Would you like a map of the Bay Area, sir?
No. I know where that curved street is.
Pretty sure I know where the Golden Gate Bridge is. Yeah. How many bridges could you possibly have? Well, actually, there are several spanning. Okay.
I am Fisherman's Wharf.
By the way, how about that fog today? Mr. Bay Area. Anyway, I want to dive into something here. I got a text from Cooker, who has a beef, even though this isn't the show that has beefs. He's texted,
Am I supposed to know?
Nope.
Okay.
No, that's his handle. Cooker.
Okay, Cooker.
By the way, for the already I see a couple questions. Why do you think Lazar is out? Knoblauch didn't answer that directly. I would think it's because Lazar has taken a couple of penalties in the last two games. And plus, maybe you're just putting Mangiapane back in to showcase him to the Leafs. I don't know.
You know what the funny thing is about those penalties, though, is that you have to be close to somebody in order to take a penalty. You have to be engaging physically,
right?
In most instances, to take a penalty. So I, for one, won't hold that over Curtis Lazar's head. And I've given up trying to figure out why. But, I mean, Mangiapane, what, has he been a healthy scratch, the last three?
No, he played a couple games ago. Did he play? He's played on this homestand.
Right, but he's been in and out of the lineup.
Yes.
I'd imagine you got to get a guy legs moving.
Sure.
Right? But yeah, it's frustrating for sure when you see a player that has kind of developed that game, or not developed, but shown off his style of play on the fourth line. And yeah, last game, couple penalties. You don't like to see that. But that's like penalizing a player for shooting too much and they're missing. They're just having an off night.
Right.
Well,
Lazar's been very good at face-offs. When did Mangiapane last play? I got the game sheets here. Mangiapane played against Washington, and he played 5 consecutive games before that. So he's been out the last 3 games.
Yeah.
So anyway, Cooker says to me, my beef this week, Oilers media tweeting about how McDavid's Players Tribune article is a must-read, as if any Oilers fan who saw he'd written it would take a glance and say, nah, I'll pass. That's a good point. Like, anything McDavid does, Oilers fans aren't going to ignore.
No, it's must read.
Right.
You're taking it in.
Like, it could be like, hey guys, I was at this this burger place, and McDavid was there, and he left, and I noticed he left like a quarter of his burger uneaten. Here's a photo.
Right.
It would be like the most viewed picture on social media.
It would break the internet.
Yeah, people would be analyzing the bite patterns and the bite marks and why he didn't eat the entire burger. Right.
That is interesting though, because that article took this area, this community, this team, this city by storm last night, and you were seeing quotes and all the likes pop up. What do you like? What do you think about the? There was some, negativity coming from it, and saying, well, he only signed for 2 years. Does that mean he really wants to be in Edmonton forever and win? He actually didn't write it.
I'm sure. Yes, I think someone helped them. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that any of those players that
there'd be someone who would help organize the thoughts.
Sure.
It's just like a lot of autobiographies were technically written by somebody else,
and I would like that.
What was it? Is it Kirsty McClellan Day that wrote, I think, the Fleury one and the Kelly Rudy one? Like, you're not a writer. Compile the thoughts and put it together for the person. I know I've heard some of the stuff. It's like, well, of course he wants to win. We knew he wanted to win. Yes, I just think it's interesting that he shared some of the stuff. He shared some specific thoughts about times, like after Game 7, going on the bachelor party trip. Those were some personal moments that he didn't have to share, and he shared. I find that interesting. Did I know he wanted to win the Stanley Cup really badly? Of course. But Connor McDavid, for a lot of Oilers fans, is one of their favorite things. And people would like to know more about their favorite things. If somebody wrote an article on Def Leppard making hysteria, I would read it.
Yes.
I've read numerous articles about it. I may not even learn something about it. Or I would read it and I would learn one new thing, and I would spend the next 14 days describing that thing to Jay.
If Connor McDavid put out an article every day he was at the Olympics, just showing what he did,
right,
it would be must read
for a lot of Oilers fans. For a lot of hockey
But here's the thing, Reid. Like, you get this, hockey players don't show enough character. We don't get to know the hockey players.
Yeah. Take us into your personal life.
And then he does, and it's like, we knew that.
It's not good enough.
We knew he wants. Like, come on. What are you doing? Why are you picking the nit like this? Like, just celebrate that you get to be inside Connor McDavid's brain for that piece. I mean, it's not like, Reid, Connor McDavid is the most in-your-face, outspoken superstar in the NHL. Certainly not in Edmonton. I mean, that's been part of the I don't know if you want to say the rub against the players in the NHL is that they don't show themselves. They don't express themselves. They don't get out there.
Right.
Well, he just did. So you can't have it both ways. Snip, snap, snip, snap. You can't do that. Just why don't you just enjoy something? Say, okay, he wanted to put this out. There's a rallying cry, not only for him, but for Team Canada. Just gets the juices flowing going into the Olympics. Jeez.
Dan says, watch for Bobby McMahon to stay in Edmonton tonight and Mangiapane to board the plane with the Leafs. Sets up for the transaction to take place. We'll see. I've heard those rumors. Let me ask you this, though, Dan.
The old Estetikinen special, wasn't it?
Would they be playing today if they were going to be traded for each other? Well, maybe they'll be held out last minute, then the trade's announced halfway through the second period.
Well, it would break. Well, I guess we wouldn't know, but it would come on during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream
If they were both
show.
late scratches, that would be something.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Rumors would be a swirl.
Yes. Well, they already are. People love rumors. All right. You can get in touch, of course. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Don't forget, they're hosting a Super Bowl watch party on Sunday. Doors at 3:30, kickoff at 4:30. Tickets $35, starting at $35, which includes an all-you-can-eat buffet. You can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. Abutski sending in a limerick just as last night's show ended. Today's limericks were wonky. Reid said one guy's a donkey. Tighten the middle or face the griddle. George Jefferson once called me a honky. Now that's good. Can I forward you to that for the
Please.
folder?
I got it. I got it.
You got it as
yes,
well. Okay.
I got it.
You got it as well. That's a good one. So you can email us your limericks, your thoughts, your secret desires, whatever you want. jay@edmontonsportstalk.com, reid@edmontonsportstalk.com. If you're listening on iHeartRadio or TuneIn Radio, we thank you. Let other people know how they can consume EST live 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the very least every day. Today we have pregame coverage and postgame coverage for the Oilers and the Leafs. And you can also chat with us and with each other using the Nasty Chat, the chat function on YouTube, on the Edmonton Sports Talk channel. I see we're creeping up towards 14,000 subscribers. So subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up. Now, here's the thing. Once you give a thumbs up, if you like, I know some people will be like, oh, I clicked it 4 times. Unfortunately, that would negate your clicks. Because if you click it twice, it negates the previous thumb.
Yeah, odd clicks are okay.
Just click it once.
Or thrice or fifth.
Right, but
times.
it still counts as one.
That's right.
And then once you click the thumbs up button, click the share button. Do you believe in life after love? And send the show link off to somebody else using email or text and bring more people into our incredible community. Now, remember, we want to get to a very, very minimum 100 thumbs. I believe yesterday we topped 150 thumbs, including the audience who tuned in the future. So let's see how many we can get to live. There's really no reason to wait. Click the thumbs up. Have a great time. make us feel good, get a pot of gravy going, pour it all over us.
Don't be a pleasure delayer.
Do not be a pleasure delayer. All right. Speaking of which, we better get to somebody who brings us a lot of pleasure on a daily basis. It's the afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear. Edmonton's best rocks. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. The Oilers are getting out the rakes to take on the Leafs tonight. I'll take Captain Connie over Mild Matthews any day. Turns out old reliable Zach Hyman isn't good enough to be even a fill-in on the Olympic team. Somebody needs to buy Doug Armstrong one of those new color televisions. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a cathode ray in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Mixed doubles curling starts at the Olympics tomorrow. The last time my brother-in-law got a mixed double, he lost a C-note at the craps table. I'm Chet Palmer.
Okay, Chet. You've stumped me.
How?
I don't know what a cathode
is. I think I think he might have ad-libbed that one. A cathode ray tube is in a color television, I believe.
A cathode ray
tube, I believe, are in color televisions. Yeah.
Oh. A vacuum tube containing one or more electron guns that emit beams of electrons, which are manipulated by electromagnetic fields to display images on phosphor-coated screen. Formerly the standard for televisions, computer monitors.
There you go.
Wow.
Chet was probably one of the first people in the world ever to own a color television. All right.
I'm not sure if it's a cathode ray tube, Reid, but he's on to something.
He's on to something.
There you go.
Let's give the first clue in our mystery athlete of the game presented by Hudson's Canada's Pub, featuring $10 tankards and $6 tequila shots. You can also pick up the adult Happy Meal for $23.99. It has the drive-in burger. It has fries. It has your choice of beer. It has a limited edition hockey puck bottle opener. Book your reservation now at hudsonscanadaspub.com. You try to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's. You must text in your guesses. This is a text-only competition to the afternoon inbox, 780-218-9999. Presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Maximum 3 guesses per person. First right guess wins. If you've won in the last, 3 weeks, you're in a moratorium.
That's right.
You can't win yet. First clue is Czechoslovakia. 780-218-9999. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game. Okay? Coming up on the show today, Shawn Belle at 4 o'clock and Greg Bell from the Tacoma News Tribune to talk some Super Bowl stuff. A lot on Zach Hyman, including right now. This will be the lighter topic for Zach Hyman. The off-topic topic. For William Huff, since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536. All right. Zach Hyman was not added to the Olympic team. So unless, something else happens in the next few days, he's not going. So how could you put Zach Hyman to work during the Olympics? What could you call on Zach Hyman to do as an odd job or a fill-in job? What? Put Zach Hyman to work around your home, in your community, in your neighborhood?
No, I mean, if I still had the furniture stores, Reid, Zach Hyman would be at the top of the board for somebody that would just, we would have our delivery guys that would come in, do the deliveries, but they'd also have to unload containers. We'd have to unload trucks, put away furniture. Like I bet you that guy could handle a furniture dolly like nobody's business.
Strong guy.
He doesn't mind getting into the hard places.
Right.
Like sometimes it's pretty tight in those containers.
Yeah. He'd take a lot of pride in it.
He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. I would want Zach Hyman to come, and I would pay him a lot of money for the 2 weeks he was there.
Yeah, because he's got to go worth his time. It'd be worth his time.
Well, he's got to go on a little bit of a vacay.
And he wouldn't complain either.
No, I think
he would do it all with a smile.
I think he'd do it like great. Yeah, almost graciously.
Yeah,
sure, boss.
I'm bringing people furniture.
Yeah,
the first thing making them happy.
Yeah, I think that would be fantastic. The first thing that comes to mind now, here at EST, we did a draft of chores. And we have to do chores around the office here, vacuuming. I had vacuuming the last time. And as Zach, me, has mopping duty. So I'd bring him in to mop the floors here at Edmonton Sports Talk maybe once a week. Chat, maybe you could join one of the shows as well while he's around. And I wouldn't put him to work too hard, though. As you said, he should enjoy his time off because he gets it. He works hard during the regular season, but he could clean up those stairs every once in a while.
Mopping? I mean, I think any of dirty jobs, we'll call them.
Yeah.
Labor-like jobs, you could see Zach Hyman doing because, I mean, he's kind of a mucker and a grinder.
Takes a lot of responsibility, takes it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he could finish very well, too.
Yeah.
So maybe he could be an espresso artist.
Ooh.
Like a barista.
Yeah, make our coffees.
Yes, but he would be the finishing touch where, he stirs up the...
Put a nice little 18 on top
the
or
milk.
something. How do they do those?
Ooh.
I don't know. I saw
Fancy.
some crazy video the other day where they like flung a cup of espresso and it was like, like spins and then they just poured the milk in the center and then it came up and it was all
Foamy.
It was perfect.
Oh, wow.
You can find anything on the internet.
So odd jobs for Zach Hyman to do during the Olympics. Andy Hyman can ghostwrite Connor's autobiography, just as he wrote his Player Tribune article. Project Dumplings says Hyman can pour gravy on himself and Reid and Jay.
I'd take that.
Well, we could do that.
Bring it on.
So there you go. How can we put Zach Hyman to work with some odd jobs while he's presumably not playing for Canada in the Winter Olympic Games? So there is the mixed doubles curling tomorrow. Canadian hockey isn't until next Thursday, the 12th. We were looking at the schedule today. The men's hockey.
Right.
The men's hockey, which that is the marquee event at the Olympics. I would say by a long shot.
For Canadians.
Well, yeah, not for Norwegians.
Right. I don't think so.
Who are the most successful Winter Olympic country of all time.
This is where I would disagree with you. Because although, yes, I'm looking forward to those hockey games.
Yeah.
I'm also as interested in the half pipe and ski jumping and the downhill giant slalom. Like, I just love watching things I don't get to see.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Like curling. Sorry, Reid. I get to see a lot of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes from my back.
When you fall, yes.
Same can be said for hockey. Now it's different. This is best on best-ish. But you don't get to see, what's the one where what's the cross-country skiing one where you got to shoot something?
Biathlon.
Biathlon.
Yeah, you have to ski,
and then
you have to stop and hit targets, and then I think you get a time penalty. I don't know what it is. Somebody put in the time penalty.
Isn't that what those guns sound like?
That's exactly what they sound like, yeah. People on the audio streams probably think you're actually shooting one of them.
Yeah,
right
they're
now.
like, look out, strays. I like that stuff. I don't mind. Short track speed skating.
Oh, that's
is electric.
Wildly entertaining. Yeah,
that is electric. Luge,
because it doesn't really matter who the fastest is. It's who's not going to get knocked over.
Right.
In the short track.
Bobsled. Moguls. I mean, every time you watch the moguls, you're like, how does this person stand up?
Well, they're talented.
What is it? Is there one, Coop, you guys were talking about it on the hangout. Is there one really, it's like where you climb up a mountain and then you ski down?
Yeah, mountaineering. So
have you heard of this?
Is that in the Olympics now?
That is in the Olympics, yeah. It's being introduced. So they will get people to climb first up the hill, up the mountain, and then put on the skis.
Are you
to
sure
ski
this
down
is
the
an
hill.
actual event?
This is real. Maddie told me. I believe everything.
Okay. Let's slow down here.
This is in
have you Googled it?
The Matthew Iwanek.
If it's
the
on
internet
Google,
hasn't
it's
told
real. My brother-in-law Tuckwood chimes in. He says in biathlon, if they miss, they have to take a penalty lap for each miss.
Oh, that's what it is. That's quite a way to do it, eh?
I think I got that sound
because
down.
I guess if it was just a time penalty and you were really fast, just missed whatever 10 seconds, I keep going. But yeah, that's right. There's that penalty.
But a lap, like, isn't this?
I don't know how
big
far
lap?
it is, but I think it's significant. This is a good one from Duck Dad. Zach Hyman can fill in on the lock shop. Lots of opportunities there to stay busy.
Okay. What does it say?
Sorry. Yeah. Ski mountaineering is an exciting, intense, and adrenaline-filled sport that allows those who participate to connect with nature and pristine landscapes.
Yeah, but is it in the Olympics?
It is. Yeah. That's on the Olympic.
Now,
website.
I will stand up for my guy Dusty here. Okay, because he's been taking a lot of flack. Hashtag justice for lock shop. Dusty needs to run this company as well. He is the CEO. So he needs to step away from his responsibilities a bit like he did today.
Yes.
And know that he's got capable fill-ins.
Yeah.
So good on you, Dusty. You got to do what you got to do.
780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Again, if you're joining us on our YouTube stream today, or if you have a sec to pop into YouTube from iHeart or tune in, give us a thumbs up. Big game day. You know, the Leafs only come to town once a year unless they play the Oilers in the Stanley Cup final. Yeah, you have to be in the playoffs to make that, Toronto fans. Why am I so mean? Like, I don't even mean that. Like, I don't even care. Why am I such a jerk? I'm just saying things just for the sake of being mean.
No.
I shouldn't be that way.
No. Why are you fighting this?
I should
This is in your blood.
apologize to every Torontonian.
This is coming from forces outside of your body, aka your mom. I mean, this is passed down, Reid.
Yeah, it is.
This disdain for Austin Matthews.
I
and
feel
the
like
Leafs.
she didn't hate the Leafs this much until Matthews was on the team, though.
Well,
he is on the team, though. So
He
what
is.
can you do? You can't change it.
can't change that.
These two teams played on December 13th. The Oilers won the game 6-3. The last time they played in Edmonton, it was just over a year ago, February 1st, 2025. Toronto took that one 4-3. More on Zach Hyman, and Jay's going to take us down memory lane, an interesting angle to the day he signed with the Oilers. I don't think this is what people are going to expect, and we'll look at his stats as both an Oiler and as a Maple Leaf, and maybe Hyman will be featured in Jay's Play of the Day for Play Alberta. You never know. It's 3:26. Here comes the Coop.
Last Oilers home game before the Olympic break as they host the Maple Leafs. Connor Ingram gets the start for Edmonton. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola and Ben Thompson go live at 5:30 only on EST. Olympic news, Anthony Cirelli has been ruled out for Team Canada. Sam Bennett will take his spot, with Bennett suffering a minor upper body injury yesterday against Buffalo. CFL news, the Elks have extended Kobe Williams for next season, with the club also agreeing to a one-year deal with Hamilton's Brendan O'Leary Orange. TSN's Farhan Lalji reporting. To the NBA, ESPN's Sham Charania has reported the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks, Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. 10 games scheduled on the court tonight. Thunder taking on the Magic, the 76ers and Warriors matching up, while Boston hits the hardwood in Dallas. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Their in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping your projects on track and on time. Visit their showroom open 7 days a week or find them at paramountflooring.ca. We dive deeper into Zach Hyman's career on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Bouchard was on Tampa or St. Louis. He would be on Team Canada. Hire it or fire it.
Fire it. It's just not Bouch's style.
I'm going to fire it. I don't think that would have swayed it. I think he struggled too much at the start of the year. If he was solid at the start of the year, like if there wasn't that struggle, and if the team, and it's on the team just as much as it's him.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada ski cross racer Reese Howden.
Being able to represent a country that has done everything to support my dreams is unreal. To stand on the podium and represent Canada, I don't take it for granted at all.
Sentinel Storage, proud partner of Team Canada.
Hey, Coop, great job. I like that you're wearing the Edmonton Sports Talk shirt today. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt, Reid. Thanks.
Our show is slightly truncated today. We'll be with you until 5:30. Then we'll hand the stream over to Tom Gazzola, GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, 5:30 to 6:30. Oilers Maple Leafs at 6:30. And then Tom is on again right after the game to break it down with analysis and reaction. I'll be hopping on after I get postgame.
You'll be joining.
For the yeah, I'll be joining. I will not hop on, Tom.
Right.
For the Reid's Read, presented by Ewa, which is a fun thing for me to do after home games. Jay and I are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. During every Oilers game day, the Canadian Brewhouse is your hockey headquarters. Enter to win Oilers home game tickets and sip $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light. That is only at the Brewhouse. So, what was the exact date here? July 28th, 2021?
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
breaking news here.
Uh-oh. Okay.
It's not breaking. This is actually from July 28th, 2021, Reid. Brad Gallant, a Hyman anchor for the SS McDavid. Leafs, 969696. Great heart, unreal forechecker, and stone hands.
So you were reading
Eric James. I feel like the Leafs dodged a bullet by not re-signing Hyman here. The Oilers will absolutely regret this deal within 2 to 3 years. Happy to move on and fill the hole with younger players.
July 28th, 2021. Hyman, 7 years, $38.5 million. So Mr. Milne has spent a large portion of his day
at Cole 570-22273. Oof. Almost 30 and making 5.5 AAV for next 7 years. That's a big mistake by the Oilers.
So Mr. Milne
at Ethan WJN. Money pit avoided. Good job, Dubas. At Dewey, 743. That's a buyout waiting to happen. No way he still plays this style in 5 years. At Wayne Glensky, losing Matthews is a huge hole, not Hyman. At Joe 66 golfer, I like the handle. Hyman will be a flop in Edmonton.
He was not.
Now, did you have something to say? I could go on all day.
The context, Jay took the time to scour the internet, mostly X, for reaction to Hyman coming to Edmonton. What was the one? Was it editor and Leaf? Just what is it? Worst signing in NHL history? Wasn't that what it said?
Editor and Leaf.
You found it.
except that you are forgetting one thing. The Hyman contract is one of the worst contracts in the NHL, possibly in NHL history.
Now, did he write that the day of, or do we have the date for that?
No, this is from May 27th, 2022.
After he'd played a full season with the Oilers.
Yes.
And done quite well. And he already was saying this is not going to work out.
Now, he does have a massive Maple Leaf logo in the color of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Right.
But he is a blue check mark. So he must be right.
He must know what he's talking about.
Yes. Possibly in NHL history.
Yeah. Well, we don't get them all right. I don't get all mine right. I mean, I said I didn't say Jack Roslovic was going to do that great for the Oilers. I just certainly didn't think Kasperi Kapanen would do that great.
At miss with S's Naya 0. Is Edmonton gives up any more than say, and this is correct, it does say, is Edmonton gives up any more than say 4th, 5th pick? Holland has yet again been fleeced. LOL.
So, do you have any more?
I'm going to just keep dropping them in randomly
as we move along.
Yes.
It is interesting to talk about this because Zach Hyman has played an equal number of games with Toronto and Edmonton. Crazy how it turns out. The day they're playing each other is his 346th game as an Oiler. He played 345 in Toronto. So 345 with both teams for a total of 690. So he's split right down the middle.
Wow.
As a Maple Leaf, he had 86 goals and 99 assists for 185 points. Okay? So a little over half a point per game. With the Edmonton Oilers in 345 games, Zach Hyman has 166 goals, 128 assists, and 294 points. Now, he was better plus-minus with Toronto, plus 72 to plus 61. With the Toronto Maple Leafs, he scored 6 power play goals. With the Edmonton Oilers, he has 49 power play goals. With the Toronto Maple Leafs, he had 2 21-goal seasons. With the Edmonton Oilers, if he decided to not go to the rink today and not play another game this season, this would be a 22-goal season. His worst as an Oiler. This has been, I mean, hey, fans do it. We do it. Sometimes you focus on the negative. What didn't work? What hasn't worked? Where did they go wrong? This is, Zach Hyman is, and will continue to be, the best free agent signing the Oilers have ever had. We may still be saying that in 30 years, Jay, if we're still lucky enough to be doing this show together. And I think one of the best free agent signings in the history of hockey.
So exactly opposite of what Editor and Leaf said.
Yes.
Now, maybe Editor and Leaf is not actually that good of a typist. And what this person was trying to say was that this was one of the worst non-extensions in NHL or in Maple Leafs history.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the worst in NHL history. Is that what he was trying to say?
I don't know.
Do you think, I don't know enough about the Leafs and the history of the team to say, would Leafs fans think that was one of the worst management moves in the history of that organization? Because they could have secured Hyman and got him back to Toronto.
They needed money for other things.
Knowing what everybody knows now, though.
Right.
Do you think?
Well, hindsight's always 20/20.
But what are some other big ones for the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Like good moves that they've made?
Awful moves. I mean, was Marner going to eventually... I mean, it's too early to tell. Sample size isn't big enough, but I mean, what he did in Toronto last year, he's doing pretty darn good in Vegas this year.
Right.
They've traded a lot of first-round picks throughout the years, too. Scott Lawton.
They're screwed.
They're screwed.
Well, Stellick didn't seem bullish on their
didn't hesitate
future
yesterday.
chances. 166 goals as an Oiler, 86 goals as a Leaf, 345 games with both teams. He was the perfect player at the perfect time. And I hate to talk about it in the past tense because he's still got a lot of career left and he's still trying to win a cup here with the Oilers. But just talk about a guy who, like, we talk about like identity, a player with an identity. He helps give your team an identity, and the perfect complement for, well, almost anybody, but especially McDavid and or Draisaitl, and especially on the power play.
Well, and Hyman carries on the lineage of this team. I mean, superstars need their, Smitties and Buckies, and but
right.
Hyman's the better scoring version of that. Like, he's kind of like, what did we say the other when we ranked the most beloved Oilers? Not the superstars,
not the guys, the obvious guys.
The obvious guys. Yeah. But like, Hyman's in that category,
right?
Like he's an Edmonton guy. That's what it seems like, right?
So anyway, just some context there. Really cool that going into a game between Edmonton and Toronto, he played 345 games with both teams, and Jay scouring the archives of X to find reaction to him coming to Edmonton.
Spite bet coming up.
You have a spite bet coming up.
Why not?
For Jay's play of the day for Play Alberta.
Everybody loves a good spite bet.
I can't wait to get to that after the Coop.
The Oilers and Leafs face off for Rogers Place. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar. Connor Ingram in between the pipes. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going at 5:30 only on EST. For Team Canada, Sam Bennett will replace Anthony Cirelli at the Olympics due to injury, though Florida's Bennett went down with a minor upper body injury against the Sabres last night. In football, TSN's Farhan Lalji has reported a couple of one-year deals for the Elks. Kobe Williams agreeing to an extension, while Brandon O'Leary Orange has also agreed to a contract for next season. According to ESPN's Shams Charania, the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and three others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks: Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. The trio of games get going at 5 o'clock in the NBA. The Nuggets facing the Pistons, New York on the road in Washington, while the Pacers and Jazz throw down on a 10-game slate. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine and Physiotherapy. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at AdvantageSportMed.ca to book an appointment today. More with Reid and Jay after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Since the Jari Skinner trade, the Oilers are blank.
That was December 7th?
It was December 12th, I think.
December 12th. Good. Not great.
Better? Worse? The same?
Slightly
better. So I have the numbers here.
Okay.
Pre-trade, they had a .565 winning percentage. Post-trade, they have a .576.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Must you click? Must you click?
That is the Thumb Click remix, is put together by Zachary Kubish, reminding you to click the thumbs up if you're on the YouTube stream today. People a little slow with the thumbs today. Let's get going. Let's generate some energy for the Oilers to take on the Maple Leafs at Rogers Place. It is a 6:30 game. We've had a few different start times on this homestand. And then tomorrow in Calgary, the wonderful 8 o'clock Wednesday night game between the Oilers and the Flames. I have a confession to make, Jay. I was watching Flames Leafs last night.
Yeah.
I fell asleep during the first period and woke up late in the second.
Oh, no.
So much for my pregame scout. I let Knoblauch down.
That's okay.
Yeah, what are you going to do? 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Remind me before 4 o'clock to give the second clue. Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game. Right now,
it's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Presented by Play Alberta. Experience all the excitement of the casino in the palm of your hand. Download the Play Alberta app. Get going. Look for some sports wagers as well, such as the one Jay's going to share with you.
Well, first I got to say this. I love our listeners, Reid. Now this is turning into the worst Leaf signings of all time thread that's happening in the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. So I got to say a couple here.
Sure.
Neighbor Danny, the Clarkson signing in Toronto.
Well, that was not good for them, true.
Brent P., Toronto signing Matt Murray to be their savior and net. Awful.
Which was worse, the Oilers signing Campbell or the Leafs signing Murray?
Probably Campbell.
Probably. Both tough.
Seahawk Paul. In 2006, the Leafs traded goaltending prospect Tuukka Rask for starting goaltender Andrew Raycroft.
Yeah, that was an awful trade.
To me, that's the worst trade. I like this. I know it's Jay's play of the day time here, but Reid, we have a first time. Something's happened for the first time on the Reid Wilkins show.
Oh, my goodness. The first time on the show?
I believe so. I believe this is our first somewhat of an apology limerick.
Oh, okay. I didn't get this.
Well, let's just, before you get to the music, Zach, for those that didn't join us yesterday, Pizza Boy had texted in a limerick or emailed or in the inbox.
Oh, yeah.
And what was it? Parade and
drag or something like that.
And I can see a world in which those, maybe you could spit those rhymes and make them rhyme. But the way we read it, it just didn't work out. So I believe this is the first time apology limerick coming in from Pizza Boy. I've been living a lie all this time, thinking foolishly I could still rhyme. I'm an imposter, it's true. Got cut from the glue crew. Guess I should have bowed out in my prime.
Oh, wow.
Pizza Boy.
Pizza Boy,
I think you're fine, buddy.
I think you're fine.
I think you're fine. And nobody gets cut from the glue crew. That is just preposterous. You're a part of the glue crew, baby.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel shame.
You can't escape the glue. You're stuck in it.
Yeah.
Hey?
That should be the next glue crew shirt.
Yeah.
You can't escape the glue crew.
You're stuck in it.
Stuck in it.
Good luck getting out. People will be like, do I want to join?
Yeah. What did I sign up for?
What am I getting myself into here?
Okay, Jay's play of the day. Of course, we've got to go with a little bit of Zach Hyman here. Reid, do you think this game's going to be high scoring or low scoring? What's your itty bitty gut saying?
Bad at answering.
What's your itty bitty gut saying? What would most people think, given what the Oilers have given up 25 goals in their last 5 games?
Yeah, well, 27 on the homestand. Well, you guys started with a shutout. Yeah, it started with a shutout and a 2-1 loss. So, yeah.
So,
I have an odd feeling that this is going to be a sloppy, low-scoring game.
Well, we don't listen to your itty-bitty gut right now.
I know you always take the over.
Life's too short to bet the under, Reid. Oilers versus the Leafs over 6.5 goals. And wouldn't it be something if Zach Hyman, now this isn't my play, but I did say a Zach Hyman power play point, okay? But wouldn't it be cool if that point was his 50th goal as an Oiler on the power play?
Power play goal, sure.
Wouldn't that be something, Reid? Just a little bit of extra salt in the wound of the old Leaves. So that's the play of the day. Oilers versus Leafs over 6.5 goals. And Zach Hyman, 1 or more power play points. Good number here, folks. This has been boosted to plus 348. So if you want to join and ride along with Jay's play of the day, head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials, and you'll find that. And 14 other plays, Reid. The Super Bowl props they're loud and proud in there.
I'm going to have a couple this week.
Well, you're going to have to take a look. You're going to have to take a look and comb over.
I'm not copying anybody's.
And use your game
I
sense.
think mine's quite unique, actually.
That's going to drop tomorrow.
Yes.
We're going to have a special Reid's play of the day.
Yeah.
For Super Bowl week. He is a noted Seahawks fan, so we're going to make it rain in here. Go peruse those, but always use your game sense. Go to playalberta.ca.
And that, of course, is Jay's play of the day.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
The Oilers' power play below 20% on the homestand, still first in the National Hockey League at 31.2%. The Leafs' power play, not good, 17.6%. That's 25th. The Leafs' penalty kill, very good, 5th in the NHL, 83.6%. The Oilers' PK below average, 78.7%, 19th in the NHL. It's in the low 70s over the course of this homestand. That's what we're looking at tonight. Stolars versus Ingram is the goaltending matchup. Here's the full Leafs lineup. I just gave some of the top guys before. Matthews with McMahon and Domi, Tavares with Michelli and Nylander, Waugh with Nyes and Robertson, Lawton with Lorentz and Yarncrop. Defensively, McCabe with Carlo, Oliver Ekman-Larsson with Stetcher, who scored last night in Calgary. What did Speck say on Twitter? Mark Spector?
The NHL put out a tweet of his goal and said, this has been an excellent addition by the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I believe Mark Spector quote tweeted and said something to the fact that yes, you're right. There's no way you can contain Troy Stetcher.
Well, Stetcher scored against the Toronto Maple Leafs earlier this season.
True.
The problem was he was a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs when he did so. He did shoot that pass from McDavid inadvertently into his own net. Benoit with Myers, the third pairing, like I mentioned, Stolars in net. Craig Scarhead Berube is the head coach. The Leafs on the road are 10-12-3. The Oilers at home are not bad, 15-9-4. What? Scarhead. Well, what do you want me to call him?
Say hello to my little friend. That'd be cool if he wore that tie.
This was Craig. This was Craig Berube weightlifting about a week and a half ago.
Whoa! That's pretty good. Dudley asks in the inbox read, was the first mystery athlete clue given out?
Yes, Czechoslovakia.
Czechoslovakia was the first clue, yes.
So I'll give the second clue right now. We'll do it right now. Shawn Belle coming up in 5 or 6 minutes. The second clue is after Lindros. After Lindros. Czechoslovakia and after Lindros. First 2 clues. Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game. Remember, to make a guess, maximum 3 guesses per person, you have to text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox 780-218-9999. Okay?
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. Pretty good stuff. So, yeah, what else can we tell you about Hyman here? Somebody mentioned, the playoff stats. Obviously, he's played way more playoff games. As a member of the Oilers, this is the thing. Like, he has 22 goals in 37 games. Last year, he had 27 and 73. The year before, he had 54 and 80. Like, he's not far off that pace from what he did a couple of years ago. Just a remarkable player, and clearly one that's beloved here in oil country.
I know we're going to talk probably to Belsey about it and maybe a little bit more later, but were you surprised that Zach Hyman was not selected as the replacement player?
Because it seems like they want to go with guys they had on the team last year and who they think...
Hockey Canada guys.
Yeah, Hockey Canada guys.
Right.
Yeah.
The boys club.
And they just want a certain dimension, I guess, that only they can define for some of these players.
So, because wasn't Hagel injured as well? Or isn't he currently injured?
Who are the injured guys again?
Because Cirelli, I thought...
Cirelli just got hurt, right?
Cirelli got hurt on Sunday.
Point was banged up, too.
It was Point who was hurt
Point,
before.
sorry.
Right.
Yes, Point. So he's okay?
The other Tampa Bay line. Yeah, he's day-to-day. They're all day-to-day.
When's the last day that they can make adjustments to the Olympic roster?
Well, that's a good question.
I mean...
Because wasn't there a goaltender change in...
Finland. Yeah, it was Korpisalo stepping in for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Well, I think if you're hurt, you got time to do something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the rules are. I don't think during the tournament you can bring anybody in.
So I guess a day before puck drop? I mean, you have to travel out there, though, but if your name's on the roster in time?
Anyway, Zach Hyman, maybe there's still opportunity for something to happen, not named as an Olympic player. And our off-topic topic for William Huff, put Zach Hyman to work during the Olympics. What odd jobs or tasks would you like him to do? Jay would hire him to do furniture delivery. If you steal Randy Vaughn's furniture, we had a great submission in the Nasty Chat. He could be a host for the Lock Shop, filling in for Dusty and whoever else. Those were both pretty good. It's 3:57. Remember, click that thumbs up button on YouTube if you haven't already. We are over 70, so let's get to 100 as quickly as possible and see how high we can go. Shawn Belle is going to join us after the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
The Oilers, they're going to steamroll them. It's the final home game before the Olympic break. The Leafs are they'll all be up for it. Coming off that Saturday game,
the Oilers have struggled with the teams that are coming in on the back end of a back-to-back with Calgary the night before.
Right, but I don't think that's because of that.
No. But there's just been they should be taking advantage of that, but they're not.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say, so I'm the Toronto Maple Leafs players. There's a lot of players that are like, it's my Olympic break.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Edmonton. Be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
It's the last Oilers home game before the Olympic break. They host the Maple Leafs. Connor Ingram gets a start. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson. They set the table during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in at 5:30 only on EST. In Olympic news, Anthony Cirelli has been ruled out for Team Canada. Sam Bennett steps in as his replacement, with Bennett sustaining a minor upper body injury yesterday against the Sabres. CFL news, the Elks have extended Colby Williams for next season, with the club also agreeing to a one-year deal with Hamilton's Brendan O'Leary Orange. TSN's Farhan Lalji reporting. To the NBA, ESPN's Sham Charania has reported that the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks: Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. 10 games scheduled tonight in the NBA. It's the Thunder taking on the Magic, the 76ers and Warriors matching up, while Boston hits the hardwood out in Dallas. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Appreciate you tuning in today. Game day. Rogers Place, Oilers against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Second of 2 meetings between the two teams this season. Oilers beat them in Toronto earlier. McDavid, Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, of course, the Oilers top line. Mangiapane in for Lazar. One of the lineup changes. Well, that is the lineup change from last game. Ingram will play net. We're going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. You get this guy on Hello Hockey every Saturday with Tom Gazzola. He's on various other Edmonton Sports Talk programming over the course of the week. And he's our friend.
Ah, yes.
It's Shawn Belle checking in. Bellsy, how's it going?
How's it going, boys? I'm doing pretty good. Can I just say, like, Coob, did he get a haircut? Because he looks kind of badass, like with a little bit of, fluff right here, kind of the tennis ball head look. Man, he looks badass.
Yeah, thanks, Bellsy. Yeah, I got the buzz cut, so I lost my fantasy in the NFL. 12 of 12. It was bad, but that was a punishment, and wasn't that bad of a punishment. So thanks, Belzer.
Yeah, no, okay. So that's what happened. You lost a bet. Okay, well, I think you won the bet, Coob, because you look fantastic, buddy. I just wanted to point that out.
Thanks, man.
There we
Appreciate
go.
it.
That's very kind of you, Belsey. Yes.
Well, he's getting into his ice cube look.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah,
He's really embracing it.
Getting ready for spring.
Yeah.
With the ice cube
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
All right, Belsey. Great to have you hopping on. Let's dive in here. I know this happened a couple days ago, but you and I haven't had a chance to talk about it, and I think you'll have an interesting perspective on it because you've been in NHL dressing rooms, pro dressing rooms, had to talk to the media, have had to have your teammates talk to the media. Tristan Jarry came out after the game Saturday, and when he was asked about his own game, he kind of didn't answer the questions. He just said, well, we're giving up too many grade A chances, and and we got to manage the puck better. And there's always that fine line, right, between how much a goalie can comment about how the team in front of him played, and maybe with Jarry, it's a newer goaltender to the team. I don't know if he was wrong. I do think he was wrong to totally evade how he played because I don't think every goal he allowed was a grade A chance, just me personally. But I'm just curious what you made of those comments specifically, and maybe if players do pay attention to what teammates might be saying to guys like me.
Yeah, like I think it's they're interesting comments because I think a lot of goaltenders are really hard on themselves. So when they get asked the question of, okay, well, like, how did you feel about your own game? Well, they already know how they feel about their own game, and they probably hate their own game. But what's fueled by it is the fact that when you look at the Oilers and the way that they defend, it always leaves you wanting a little bit more. And when you're that goaltender, you're coming in and, for a guy like Jarry, who is a hometown boy, like, you want to produce and you want to play well, but at the same time, like, defense and goaltending, especially the stats, they kind of go hand in hand. So I think there's a bit of frustration because, like, even when you look back, like, we saw Stuart Skinner have some of the same issues. And right now, from a numbers perspective, since Skinner has moved on to Pittsburgh, he looks so much better. So it always goes back to the question of, okay, like, well, what is our defending like? And do we give up those grade A chances? And if I'm that goaltender and I sit back and I'm like, I'm getting shelled with grade A's, but then here comes a C level chance. Well, maybe I feel like I've been shelled so much that this one here just squeaks by me because I feel like I'm always on my toes, right? So it's interesting comments from Jarry, but I think it's one that just suggests a bigger underlying issue that I think we've all kind of seen over the course of the last few years here in Edmonton.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and they've talked about that. I don't know if you ever had this happen to you. And I mean, and look, you played high level hockey even as a teen, where you would have had to answer questions and stuff like that. Like, would guys care if something got out or they saw a clip or read something where it was like, holy crap, man, like, leave that in the room. Like, don't say that we're defending poorly. Like, calm down.
Yeah, like I think you just hit the nail on the head. If you're going to have those moments where, you want to call a guy out, you probably want to do it in the dressing room, where it's a little bit more closed door and guys can have some good dialogue. It's when you get into the media and you start spouting off at the mouth, that's when things kind of go sideways. Now, I'm not saying that Jarry did that in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that there's a lot of issues that can be solved by two guys sitting down in a stall or a team coming together and saying, guys, like, we just got to do a better job of defending. And we all know this in oil country. It's not like it's snuck up on us. The Oilers in defending, it's not usually the greatest. Now, last year they had spurts where it was fantastic and they closed out games where it was 2-1, it was 3-2, and everybody sat back and said, okay, that's how we're going to win a Stanley Cup because we can defend. We've got the best players in the world. That's a recipe for success. But unfortunately right now, like, that attention to detail on the defensive side just doesn't seem to be there. And I think that's a problem for the Oilers, and they got to get that sorted out if they want to make any kind of noise moving forward in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and you know me, Belsey, I try not to make too much of any one thing, but I was a little more alarmist, I guess, after the Minnesota loss, because I said it's 0 wins in 6 tries against Minnesota, Colorado, and Dallas. 3 of those games you got destroyed. There was a 7-3 and 8-3 and a 9-1. So then I'm also thinking like, okay, but if you're playing Minnesota or one of those teams, you can get embarrassed. Like that's when you really got to lock in between the years and be like, are we doing the right thing? Are we checking first before we're trying to score? I even said to Jay yesterday, I wonder if Draisaitl getting that early goal was the worst thing that could have happened to the Oilers against Minnesota, because maybe they're thinking, oh, wait a minute, it might be point night after all, like it was late in the game against San Jose and against Washington and Anaheim. I don't know.
Well, I mean, for the Oilers, they still have the two best players in the world. And I think there's still some of that residue in teams past where they're a little bit deeper, the roster was a little bit better, where they said, hey, like we can always get out of whatever situation we get ourselves in. So we could be down by 3. Well, we saw that recently against the San Jose Sharks. You're down in the third period, then all of a sudden you just decided, hey, we're going to flick this switch and we're going to go. And when they went, well, San Jose didn't have much of a response. Then you get to Anaheim, you put up 7 on them. They didn't have much of a response other than what you gave them late in the game. And so I think there's still that thought process where, hey, we can do that against anybody. And unfortunately, you're not the same team you were last year. You're not the same team you were 2 years ago. You're a very different team. And now you can't just, spot Minnesota, Colorado, Dallas, 3-4 goals, because if you do that, well, that's going to turn into a steamrolling because you don't have that same level of roster. And it's very evident now when you look at those teams, like there's quite a bit of distance in. Whether that's partly because of depth, sure. Is that part of the defense? Sure. Is that part of goaltending? Sure. Like they're all questions that you could throw out there, but they're just not there. And if you lack that attention to detail, well, it's really going to hurt you against the big boys in the Western Conference.
Shawn Belle joining us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline, talking about the Oilers as they get ready to take on the Leafs tonight, 6:30 at Rogers Place. Mangiapane's going to play tonight. Lazar comes out. Mangiapane hadn't played the last 3 games. You've heard Jason Milne and his newfound love affair with Curtis Lazar, including perhaps the quote of the year on EST. Curtis Lazar doing the Lord's work on the 4th line. Is this, you got to get Mangiapane in? Is this, and look, I love Curtis too, but he has taken a couple of high sticking penalties in the last 2 games. How do you look at this roster move?
Yeah, you don't want to take Lazar out, but the reality of the situation is he is your 13th forward, and yes, he's done a great job of making himself an everyday player with the Oilers. But you also got to keep other guys engaged, and I think that's partly what's happening with Mangiapane is that okay, he's in and out, he's a bit disgruntled, he potentially is welcoming a trade, but you can't just let him sit out every single night and like quote unquote rot, because if he does, depending on how that goes, like he could go into that locker room, and disgruntled players are very, very toxic sometimes. And I'm not saying that he is, I'm just saying that if you're a disgruntled player and you're sitting out 3, 4, 5, 6 games, well, all of a sudden your opinion starts to leak throughout the locker room, and that can tear locker rooms apart. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure that you keep everybody engaged. And unfortunately, Lazar comes out, even though he may or may not have earned that spot in the 4th line. But you're just doing it so that you can keep everybody kind of, on the right or rowing in the right direction.
All right. These are always interesting games when it's Toronto. Certainly, Montreal, some of the original 6 teams bring out a lot of fans. The other Canadian teams, it'll be raucous tonight, though certainly, the Leafs very well might miss the playoffs. So it's a little different. From your experience, and I know you were a Montreal Canadian, playing in your home rink where the road team has a lot of support. I mean, my old buddy Rob Brown used to talk about playing for the Hartford Whalers. I don't know if Coob even remembers them or has heard of them. I know you have, Coob, I'm joking. But Rob's talking about coming out for the warm-up and before the game and being booed by 12,000 fans because the Bruins fans bought all the tickets.
It's definitely a different feeling because you're like, man, I'm can't wait to play this home game. But then all of a sudden here comes the Boo Birds because there's so many other, the opposing team's fans. It's, I would like it. I did like it because to me, it brought out the best in everybody. Like there's a different kind of electricity in the building, right? Because it's like, I think it was 2-3 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember this, but at one point there was like dueling chants. Yeah. It was like, let's go Oilers. And then it was like Leafs suck. And it was, the atmosphere was electric, and you can't as a player do anything but raise your level. And so for me, it's like, yeah, this is going to be fun because if you're the home team, you want to stick it to those fans. Like, don't walk into this building for 1 second and think you guys are going to walk out of here with at least me like shushing you or scoring a goal or blowing you a kiss or waving you goodbye. Like, I don't care what it looks like, but you're not walking away happy. That's for our fans.
Right.
So it's one of those things where, yeah, like it's just, there's added stakes, or at least it feels that way when there's those original 6 teams, especially the Toronto Maple Leafs, especially the Montreal Canadiens. So those are all the good, those are good things. But I'll share one story because I played in Germany, and we were kind of like one of those original 6 teams, and we traveled very well in Mannheim. And I remember we lost, and luckily fans here aren't as crazy as some of those ones over there. We lost in a shootout to Augsburg, and my buddy Tyler Wyman, who's living in the city, we were shaking hands. And he's like, do you see what's going on behind you? And I'm like, what? So I turn around, and our fans are trying to light their building on fire.
Oh my.
There is like smoke, there is fire, and they were pissed at us because obviously being an original team, we should have handled the Augsburg Panthers, I think they are, handedly, but we lost to a shootout. So it's one of those things where you have teams that travel well and you got passionate fans. Those things happen. So hopefully, and I'm happy that it doesn't happen here in North America. So there's some expensive buildings here.
Bellsy, I find myself, I'm starting to get into the Olympic spirit. I'm starting to say, oh, when is this going to happen? And when, I think mixed curling starts tomorrow. We were talking about different events. First off, are you an Olympics guy?
I love the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's the best time of the year.
Yeah, I do too. And obviously, as you get closer, it's easy to do. But aside from the men's hockey, that's going to probably take the cake here. But what are you looking forward to? Give me a couple events that are must watch in the Bellsy residence.
Surprisingly, now that we've had the Grand Slam of curling over at Silent Ice, I'm a little bit more invested in curling. So I kind of want to see how that's going to play out. You can never go wrong with a bobsled. Remember Jesse Lumsden at one point was a bobsledder after playing for the Eskimos. At the time, it was the Eskimos. Elks now. Make sure I'm right with that one. So yeah, like bobsled, I think the curling is going to be a fun one. The ski jumping, like when you're flying down the hill, like there's so many things in the Winter Olympics that they're fascinating. The speed skating, like I always thought I was a fast skater, but then watching some of these people skate, you're just like, you're kind of in awe because it looks effortless and they fly around the ice. Like I kind of want to see a race. I want to see an Olympian speed skater and Connor go at it and tell me the difference to see where that's going to be, because Connor can flat out fly, but some of these guys in speed skating, like that's just special type of speed. So there's a lot of different things that I truly enjoy, Jay, and I look forward to sitting on the couch. Even though it's going to be around 12 o'clock, I have a couch in my office, turn on the TV, and I'm going to just watch the Olympics.
Well, I have a feeling that there's going to be quite a bit of Olympic viewing going on in the EST HQ as well. So feel free to come by any day, Bellsy.
I will.
You're always welcome here,
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's beautiful.
Bellsy, great stuff. Love having you. We'll talk to you next week, of course. Well, I'll see you before then, but you'll be on the show again next week. And enjoy the game tonight, my friend.
Are you not at the game?
Yeah, I'm there. Yep.
I'll see you there.
Oh, you're
I'll
there.
be on.
Okay. This is perfect.
Yep.
Okay, I'll see you tonight then. Awesome.
Perfect. Talk to you.
Shawn Belle checking in from Hello Hockey, other EST programming as required. That's Belsley. He's just the guy as required. He'll step in and he'll do it. It'll be awesome. 780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox is how you can text us. Don't forget, they are having a Super Bowl watch party on Sunday. You want to go to rivercreeresort.com to check out the ticketing options. Doors at 3:30, kickoff at 4:30. I can tell you tickets start at $35. There's an all-you-can-eat buffet, other options as well, so check out for that. The big game coming up on Sunday. Yeah, love talking to Belzy. He had never told me that story about the fans trying to light the rink on fire.
Yeah, that's a bit aggressive.
That's taking the loss hard.
Like that would never happen at Rogers.
No, I wouldn't think so. I would hope not.
Like, what would you do? Where would you start?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how far you'd get.
I don't know how far you get.
Yeah.
No,
but let's hope. Well, I guess it was so. Belzy was the visitor, right? It sounded like he was the visitor in the other team's rink, and they lost a road game. So this would be like Leafs fans tonight deciding, like, well,
yeah,
burn it down.
Let's tear it all down.
Yeah, I do. And he was mentioning. I'm glad he brought up the speed skate because we were talking about the short track, short track, which is furious. Like when you watch the long track, like they do that slow arm swing, and sometimes they put the one hand behind their back.
Yeah.
I don't think, and it's on television. I'd love to sit trackside because, like, I know they're going
to get
fast,
a sense of the real speed,
and you see the times, but probably just to have them whiz by you and how relaxed and non-strenuous they look when really they're just going at incredible speeds. That is a fun one.
I've tried speed skating, by the way.
Long or short?
Long. At the Calgary, the Oval in Calgary. Yeah. And you can go it used to be. I think now it's a bunch of basketball gyms. Or courts.
Well,
I don't even think
did they take out the big oval?
I think so.
Okay.
But it is very difficult. And thank God there's padding around the corners. And
were you wiping out?
Oh, well, it's like what you think of skating is totally different. You're picking your toe all the time.
Oh, because the blades, right?
But just the length of the blade, you can get going quite fast at a cruise speed. When you're just gliding.
Yeah. Whew. Let's do clue number 3 in the Hudson's Canada's Club Mystery Athlete of the Game. I gave out the text number 780-218-9999 River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You must text your guesses in to win the $25 gift card to Hudson's. Maximum 3 guesses per person. Jay's keeping a close eye on everything. The third clue is sharks. Czechoslovakia, after Lindros, sharks are the clues. Okay?
You got it.
See if anybody can get it. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube as well. If you are on YouTube, subscribe to the station if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. We are almost at 100. Let's get over there as quickly as possible and then see how much gravy we can get. And also, don't forget to click that button as well and send the show link off to other important people in your life. Speaking of important people, here's Zachary Kubish.
The Oilers and Leafs face off from Rogers Place. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar with Connor Ingram in between the pipes. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Coverage starts at 5:30 only on EST. For Team Canada, Sam Bennett will replace Anthony Cirelli at the Olympics due to injury, though Florida's Bennett went down last night with a minor upper body ailment against the Sabres. In football, TSN's Farhan Lalji reporting a couple of one-year deals for the Elks. Kobe Williams agreeing to an extension, while Brandon O'Leary-Orange has agreed to a contract for next season. And according to ESPN Shams Charania, the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from Memphis in exchange for 3 first-round picks, Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. A trio of NBA games kickstart tonight at 5 o'clock. The Nuggets face the Pistons. New York is out in Washington, while the Pacers and Jazz tip off on a 10-game NBA slate. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. We take a brief pause in the action We come back after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Craig Button is our GS Construction hockey insider.
I don't think it's about them just dialing it in. Without the superheroes in that group of 5-6, they save games for the Edmonton Oilers. It's a team that, because those two guys are so great, they can find ways to win. One player, a third-line center. A little more depth on the blue line. Yeah, I do think it would help the Edmonton Oilers.
The Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Oh, all you beautiful and wonderful people. Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Jason Milne, Reid Wilkins, Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. It's time to turn up the fun with the all-new Play Alberta app, your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and, of course, sports betting. Jay's play of the day is
Oilers, Leafs, over 6.5 goals, that is. And a Zach Hyman power play point.
Power play point.
Okay. Boosted to plus 348.
All right. So you don't even have an Oilers win in there necessarily.
No, I don't, Reid.
Does that mean you think they're not going to, Jay?
You know, I don't like to always go for the money line.
Right.
Because, you could run into the old dreaded Tuesday night stinker.
The dreaded Tuesday night stinker.
You just never know.
The Tuesday night stinker. That's often comes after you have the Tuesday lunch chili special. Then you get the Tuesday night stinker. Anyway, there is a game at 6:30 tonight. We do, of course, bring you the Oil Understood, presented by GCL Diesel. Providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel. Understood. All right, just quickly, the Oilers lineup, if you missed it earlier. McDavid with Nugent Hopkins and Hyman, Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Kapanen, Szymanski with Savoy and Roslovic, Janmark with Mangiapane and Frederick. So Lazar is out. Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Wallman, Stastny with Emerson. Ingram is the goaltender, 0-1 against Toronto in his career, 3.09 goals against average, 886 save percentage. Our good buddy Tom Gazzola, who I believe is tuning in right now, was at the morning, was an optional skate. McDavid answered some questions, and Tom asked him, what did you want the fans to get out of that piece you wrote for the Players Tribune?
We want to win here. Obviously, that goes without saying. I think everybody understands that, but just doubling down on that and understanding how committed the group is here to getting it done.
All right. So, yeah, a little bit on that. He was asked a couple questions about that. Again, it came out during the show yesterday, and I actually read the chunk that I thought of it live on the show. I think it's interesting. We've had some people say, it's not interesting, it's boring, he's still not saying anything. It's just getting it from that person's perspective. Him actually saying what it was like. And that's the part I read, because that's the part I found the most interesting.
Yes.
That how did he feel, not just the day after, or what was that show that they had out where he was yelling at people?
Right.
I don't even remember what it was called now. And then, you see him just crying after Game 7. So we saw that, and then he's saying, 4 or 5 days later, I couldn't even go on a vacation with my buddies. Like they did, but he's like, it sucked. I don't mind hearing that. I find that interesting. Give me something behind the scenes, behind the curtain a little bit, even if it's not overly surprising. So, and here's the other thing. So here's the other thing. So again, if you're not interested in the article, if you don't think it was necessary, I respect that. And what are we basically hearing from the people who are sort of poo-pooing it, saying like, well, I know he wanted to win. Well, I know he was upset at losing the game, right? Well, Oilers fans should know he loves playing in Edmonton. What else is he going to say? It's just lip service. Okay, the cynicism, fine, if that's your reaction. But what if he would have written, yeah, you know what? I couldn't wait to get on that plane. And where'd they go? The Bahamas, Bermuda, one of the B places.
Bahamas, I think.
Yeah. Balzac. Went to visit Balzac Billy for Groundhog Day. What if he would have said, I couldn't wait to get on that plane and party my brains out and forget about that awful ending to the hockey season? Well, then it'd be like, oh, he didn't even care. See, he did.
Right.
He can't.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. At least for some people.
And we get it.
And
sometimes you just can't win.
And keep in mind, this is a player that, for the most part, keeps to himself very much. So I would imagine that this took a lot for him to be able to put this to paper.
Sure.
And to express himself like that. You read a quote yesterday where it was like, well, if you think I'm a robot, okay, I guess I'm a robot.
Yeah.
Like, AKA, I couldn't care less what you think, but this is where I'm coming from.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
Little more to get you ready for the game tonight. Head coach Kris Knoblauch. Team looking pretty good offensively. Defense in a bit of a funk here.
Yeah, I think, I don't think we need to spend much time offensively or attention to it, because overall it's been going pretty well. We've been generating a lot of scoring chances, getting a lot of goals, and but if we're going to have success long term, it's about defending, and it's been pretty much a story all season about just getting better in that area. And maybe we need to make some adjustments over the break, or just definitely more attention to details and just being more aware of that. I think we're just too willing to exchange chances, and ultimately that's been hurting us.
So they got themselves in a couple of situations on this homestand where they had to score a lot to win or to catch up. Washington, they pull it out, win it in overtime. Certainly the San Jose game. The Anaheim game, somewhat comparable, though they did build up a 5-2 lead. Anaheim pushed to get it to 5-4. They got empty netters. This is the thing, Jay, and I want your opinion on this as well, because you didn't play hockey, and I guess your role was different because you specifically played defense. I mean, nobody cared if you scored a touchdown.
Oh, it would help.
It would have helped for sure. But generally, you were let's stop, guys. But I think in a sport like hockey, a lot of now some of it, no, not all of it, but I think a good chunk of defense is: are you willing to do it? First of all,
yeah,
it's hard work. Sometimes it's just hard work. Now, yes, there's talent involved. If Nathan McKinnon is blazing down the wing, and you and me are back on defense.
Tough job.
Oilers fans might be like, oh, it's a 1-on-2. And then be like, wow, Milne and Wilkins sucked. Well, we can't, there's still ability.
Absolutely.
Maybe Spencer Stastny, whoever, they're learning or they don't have the physical ability. I don't know why I picked him, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have to be able to separate. It's like, oh, that guy physically can't do the job. Maybe they need a different player. But a lot of it, and again, I say this all the time about hockey, good defending is not, well, we never gave up a shot on goal or we never got scored on. But a lot of good defending is just, can you get in the way? Do not give the other team something clean. San Jose, turn it over at your blue line. You screw up defensively, one-timer into an open net. Then you give up a breakaway. You give up a breakaway against Minnesota. So, and to me, a lot of that commitment is hustling and thinking to be in the right position. And because, it's not often, a guy cleanly picked off a pass. It's like, no, this guy wanted to pass in front of the net, and he had to hold it a second longer because Milne's got his stick in the way. Mm-hmm. Or Milne didn't give up. Milne read the play.
Yes.
Milne realized he didn't need to lean for offense until his team had the puck, Or so he just, or the guy tried the pass, and Milne didn't steal it, but he just ticked it, and he threw the timing off. And then Wilkins went and chased the loose puck, and then they went the other way. That's what I find frustrating about the Oilers is I do think they can do it. I know they can do it better. They have done it at times, and I think over the course of this homestand, because they've been behind and there have been some higher scoring games, they play a team like Minnesota, they start leaning for offense, and you forget about doing the detailed things in their own end. And again, this would be my question about Knoblauch. Again, to everybody, I don't question the ice time and the line combos as much. I don't question the first power play unit being out there for 2 minutes because they should be out there for 2 minutes. Okay, there shouldn't be a second power play unit on this team, in my opinion. But as the coach, he's got to get that buy-in. That okay, guys, quit frickin' cheating.
Buy into the details.
To buy into the defense. Quit flying the zone when we don't have the puck.
Details.
Quit trying to lean back and swoop the puck and get a 3-on-2. Get back there and be hard on the guy and hit him.
Yes.
Rub him out. Make sure. Then once you get it to the neutral zone, then it's playtime. Then you'll be fine. So I think the players have to commit to it, and I want to see the coach to get them to commit to that.
And I think that has a lot to do with mental toughness. Being able to do that under pressure. And you can relate this, Reid, directly to football. Okay? If you're in a cover 2 zone and your job is to force that wide receiver inside so that your safety can pick him up. If you forget that one little job and let your receiver escape outside, that is a free throw for the quarterback. Boom. In an instant, you're 30 yards downfield, first down, and that plays over and they're on a drive. It's a commitment to the details. It's not a lot, but you just have to do the right things and the right steps. And that's same thing you're talking about.
Right.
Do those things and you get the ball back to the people that put it in the end zone, or in this case, in the net.
Right. All right. We are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. They have their Super Bowl watch party Sunday at the Canadian Brewhouse. Enter to win a Lombardi trophy. Enjoy $1 off Bud tankards, $9.99 2-topping 8-inch pizzas. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house is your house. We're going to talk a little bit more about the big game and the vibe in Santa Clara and what's it like covering the world's biggest football game. That's when we get back.
The last Oilers home game prior to the Olympic break, they host some Maple Leafs at 5:30. Connor Ingram starts for Edmonton. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson. They set the table during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream Pregame show. Tune in at 5:30 with puck drop at 6:30, only on EST. Olympic news. Anthony Cirelli has been ruled out for Team Canada. Sam Bennett steps in as his replacement. Bennett suffering a minor upper body injury yesterday against Buffalo. In CFL news, the Elks have extended Kobe Williams for next season. The club also agreeing to a one-year deal with Hamilton's Brendan O'Leary Orange. TSN's Farhan Lalji reporting. To the NBA, ESPN's Sham Charania has reported the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks, Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. 10 games scheduled on the court. It's the Thunder taking on the Magic. The 76ers and Warriors matching up while Boston hits the hardwood out in Dallas. Greg Bell checks in next to preview the Super Bowl. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
EST Hangout.
I think Edmonton, barring injury, with everything we talked about, a stable quarterback, 2 good running backs, receivers, you have a number 1 and maybe a few number 3s, but that wouldn't be my biggest area of concern for you guys. Good offensive line with a lot of nationals, and your defense, secondary, and linebackers pretty studly. Yeah, why can't they be a number 2?
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada snowboarder Mark McMorris.
Thank you for your continued support, Canada. It's an honor to represent our country. Keep cheering loud, Canada. We feel it. Thank you, Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
The road to the FIFA World Cup runs through Edmonton. See Canada Soccer's men's national team before they take on the world this summer. Canada versus Uzbekistan. June 1st, 7 p.m., Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets at Ticketmaster.ca.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
All right, appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. Oilers, Leafs tonight at Rogers Place. Oilers, Flames tomorrow in Calgary. And then that's it until after the Olympics for Oilers hockey. So we'll see if they can go into the break with a couple of victories. McDavid's going to be playing for Canada. Draisaitl playing for Germany. I think it's a couple of days we find out if Leon's the flag bearer. Because they're doing a vote, right?
Well, the opening ceremonies are Saturday, so... Well, is it Friday night in Italy?
Friday night. So I think it's Friday morning here, is it not? So I guess they got to tell Leon sooner or later, or you're going to be carrying the flag. That's cool stuff. That Draisaitl's just a candidate for that. All right, Super Bowl is Sunday, so of course we got to talk about that. I'm excited. I cheer for the Seahawks. They're in the game. We're going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Rejoining us, yes, Greg Bell from the Tacoma News Tribune. Greg, it's Reid and Jay again. How are you?
I am great. This palm trees and sun and 70 degrees. What's there not to like? I'm sorry to rub it in.
No, that's a great background. I will dock you a point because I don't know how Fahrenheit works. So I have to convert it. Hold on. 70 degrees in Celsius. Typing that in right now.
Probably what, 15, 18?
It's 21 Celsius.
Ooh.
That's a nice day. It's 6 Celsius here.
That's like June and July for you guys. That's good.
Okay. There he goes. Greg's just winning people over here at Oil Country. Yeah, that's awesome. No, we love that you came on again. We love that you got the great background there for the people who are watching us on YouTube. And again, for everybody in YouTube, if you haven't given us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs up. Let's soar past 100 here. I gotta be a little self-serving with this question, and I think our listeners will be interested as well. Before we get to the hardcore football stuff, I was lucky enough to cover the last two Stanley Cup Finals with the Oilers in it. I've been to a few NHL drafts. I've never done an All-Star game, but it's big. There are a lot of people, and you got to make sure. I almost felt like a visitor in my own rink at Rogers Place because the NHL takes it over, and all of a sudden, there's different stations you got to check in and all this kind of stuff. You're there several days before the Super Bowl. What's it like covering this thing? Being part of that machine, getting your credentials, getting around, trying to meet your deadlines. What's all that like?
Well, Reid, it's more difficult here in Super Bowl.
Well, that's a bummer. We just lost him. We'll get him back. Coop will get him back. What timing for that?
Yeah, I know. Right as he was answering the question.
Oh, my goodness. 780-218-9999. If you want to text us, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. A lot of great events coming up at the venue. Get all your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. Oh, we got him back. Okay, Greg, you said 4 words and then we lost you for a second, so
well,
you can pick it up.
I'm in the heart of Silicon Valley with no internet connection that works, I guess. What I was about to say was a Bay Area Super Bowl is different because the stadium is in Santa Clara, 40 miles from San Francisco. The NFL's headquarters, Radio Row, all the hoo-ha's in San Francisco. The teams are in San Jose, which is about 9 miles from, that's my video from Sunday of the media Radio Row, that I'm not even up there because I'm in San Jose with the Seahawks and what they do every day and their practices and their media availabilities. There's no reason for me to be in San Francisco until the media access is over on Friday. So I went on Sunday. I flew into San Francisco because you have to get your credential in downtown San Francisco at the Moscone Center, at the convention center there. And that is a fortress. I mean, the U.S. government a long time ago, pretty much since 9/11, has given the NFL and the Super Bowl a Tier 1 security status, the top status you can get for any event in our country. So it gets Secret Service, it gets FBI, it gets Border Patrol, it gets cement barriers, it gets dogs, you have to do eye scans to get in. Once you are approved for security, you have to do an FBI and security background check to even get a credential. So it is a process, and getting around is not easy. From San Francisco, for instance, there was a media bus that drives everyone 48 miles. What is that in kilometers? 90-some kilometers. But it is not – you just don't drive down 45 miles in the Bay Area. That takes 2 hours with the traffic and the freeways around here. So I'm fortunate to be in San Jose, just staying in San Jose with the team, go to the San Jose Convention Center every day and the team hotel right next to it and cover the team. And then Friday I'll go up to San Francisco and do that.
Okay, that's interesting. And is it Thursday's the big media day where they get all the bizarre questions and all that stuff?
That was last night. They call it opening night.
Sorry. Okay.
And so they did it last night at the San Jose Convention Center, and it was different. It was different for the fans. They had them behind a barrier. It wasn't quite as wild as it has been in the past. It was a little bit subdued from where I've seen some absolute circuses before.
Okay.
Well, I do have a question about what happened last night, but we'll get into it in a little bit here. I noticed something that popped up on your X account. But first, I wanted to talk to you about. Well, I just want to be honest with you, Greg. Okay, I know we've only met in this world here. We haven't met in person, but there's something you should know about me. Is that I generally have a strong disdain for kickers. I don't really understand. It just goes back. Okay, I find that sometimes
they love you too, Jay. They love you too.
You know what? And Greg, I know they're people too, but I have to say, in looking at what Michael Dixon has done for this team and the weapon that he's turned into for the Seattle Seahawks. That's, of course, Michael Dixon, the punter for the Seahawks. I saw some different reports. Like, was part of that play in the NFC Championship game like part of his skill to move the punt returner around? Like, how good and how much of a, I guess, game changer offensively, defensively is Michael Dixon for this Seattle Seahawks team?
He's a large reason why they're the best by all metrics, the best or one of the top 2 special teams in the league. That was his play, and you read my story about that. I talked to him specifically about that. Xavier Smith, the returner for the Rams in the NFC title game, on the first punt of the game by Dixon, had trouble. And he lost the ball. And in fact, if Derek Young had been doing his job and broken down in front of the punt returner, the Seahawks would have had a turnover in the first half on a punt when Smith muffed it at about the 12-yard line. But Derek Young overran it, ran behind the returner, and the returner, Smith, recovered his own muff. Dixon noticed that and said, I think he's having trouble with the height of my punts. So then in the second and the third quarter, second half, he kicked it as high as he could. And it also happened to go 55 yards, and it also happened to go close to pin him on the sideline. And Smith was an absolute clown show trying to catch that. He fell down. He was backwards. His feet were toward his own goal line, his helmet toward the punt, and he fell on his back. And the ball went off of him, and this time Derek Young broke down in front of the returner, and he recovered the fumble, and the Seahawks scored a touchdown, and they had a 2-score lead for the first time in the game. It completely changed the NFC Championship game. Before that second punt, Dixon went up to him and said, this guy's going to drop another one. The hang time on Dixon's punt was 5.3. They consider good in the NFL to be 4.6, 4.7. 5.
Jeez.
3 seconds.
Okay, I think we're losing Greg there again. We'll see if maybe we'll just get him on the phone for one question or two. I didn't know that about the hang time. So half a second, more than half a second better?
Well, that is incredible.
Yeah.
That's a big difference in hang time. And yeah, maybe Coob, we'll just get him on the phone for the last bit of this.
Because you got one more question you got to ask.
I got to ask him about that.
We'll get to that one, yeah.
But you've talked about Michael Dixon and just how impressive a punter he is because you follow the team. You get to see what he's doing week over week. And I mean, this seems like a guy that is has perfected the coffin corner, or maybe not the coffin corner, but he's giving the defense an upper hand. And as if this defense needs more, of an upper hand, they're getting it from their kicker. Do we have him on the phone there, Coop?
Okay.
So we lost you there. Sorry, this Greg Bell.
We got the punch.
Yeah, of the Tacoma News Tribune. We just lost you there after you were talking about just how impressive the hang time was there in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, 5.3 is abnormally high. And if you think, well, a half second's not that much difference, it's usually the difference between a guy fumbling or catching it. It's usually the difference between a return man or a coverage man, a gunner, making a tackle or missing a tackle or getting there too soon and causing a penalty for catching interference. A half a second is a big deal when ball's only entered for 4.5, 5 seconds. And Dixon is always on. I was told, the special teams coach, Jay Harbaugh, told me he's always routinely near 5. Look, they traded up in the draft to get Dixon. Everyone thought they were freaks for doing it. Teams are making fun of the Seahawks back in 2016 for trading up for him. And now he's the richest punter in the league. He's been an all-pro. He's been a Pro Bowler a couple of times. He's an absolute weapon. When they get anywhere, if they get one first down on Sunday, the Patriots are probably going to be backed up in their own end, and they have a defense, the Seahawks, that they don't think many teams can drive 80 yards on them to score touchdowns, and Michael Dixon is causing those 80-yard drives.
Okay, Greg, I mentioned I was going to ask you something about the event last night where you were, one-on-one with some of the players. I'm just going to start with this and just go into all of it. I saw some of this on your X account, so just please fill us all in because I think this is phenomenal. But Sam Darnold, starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, his grandpa was at one time the Marlboro Man?
Not only that, yes, he was. Not only that, he was a captain on the 1970s television show Emergency, a fire captain about a firehouse. He was a Final Four college basketball player for USC in the mid-1950s. He was a U.S. Olympian in men's volleyball in the 1964 Olympic Games. He was a stuntman and an actor. And then he became the Marlboro Man with the cowboy hat and the red shirt and a cigarette. He passed away in 1999, right around when Sam Darnold was really young, doesn't remember him really well. But last night, it was from ESPN Deportes, I found out, the Spanish language outlet, handed him a portrait of the Marlboro Man, his grandfather. But instead of it being Dick Hammer, his grandfather, it was Sam Darnold. They superimposed Sam Darnold's present-day face over the Marlboro Man character in the portrait. And they handed it to Darnold at the podium during the interview session, and Darnold loved it. And he said, "Can I keep this?" And he was thrilled. The woman said, "Sure, you can keep this." And, yeah, that's one of many stories that come out. We knew that, of course, in Seattle. We covered that during the season, and then you come to the Super Bowl, and the whole world gets to find out.
Greg, that's incredible. That's a great story. Thanks for sharing that. Hey, thanks for being so generous with your time. I know this is a busy week for you, but we appreciate the scene set there from San Jose, San Francisco, Santa Clara, all the stuff going on with the Super Bowl. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy covering the game on Sunday, and I hope we can talk to you again.
Thanks, guys. Anytime. Take care.
Greg Belle from the Tacoma News Tribune joining us on the Oil Country Towing hotline. So you told me a little bit about that. So there were several Marlboro men over the years.
Yes.
And what was this gentleman's name?
Dick Hammer.
Dick Hammer.
That's
Look
his
it
name.
up. Look it up. That's his name.
What a name.
You can find out about the fates of many of the Marlboro men over the years. We won't share that. You can do your own research on that one.
Now, you made an interesting face when he said that he was on the show Emergency.
Okay, so when I was a little
1972 drama.
That was my first ever favorite television show. When I was a little kid, preschool, Emergency was on. I think it was on every day, so it must have been on in reruns. It's I don't know. My mom will text me probably right away. And I had a plastic firefighter hat that I wrote the numbers 51 on because it was Station 51. And when there was a thunderstorm with lightning, you couldn't watch TV back in the day. I don't know if that's still a rule or not. And I would cry if I couldn't watch Emergency.
Wait, you couldn't watch TV if there was a thunderstorm?
Yeah. That was a thing for a while.
Really?
Or maybe just my parents were overly cautious. I don't know. That's possible too.
Like you didn't want to get thunderstruck?
You could blow, I don't know,
from the
blow
antenna?
the TV out or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They didn't have like the surge protection.
I don't think in the late 70s.
They would. Well, they had, what was that thing that was in my pants earlier?
A cathode ray tube.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
They had those.
Yeah, so that was, that was Emergency, my first ever favorite television show.
What a small world.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That you were watching Sam Darnold's grandfather.
Yes, and now I cheer for Sam Darnold's team.
Maybe that's the connection that you just never knew.
Destiny. Destiny, baby. All right, somebody's destiny to win the Hudson's Canada's Pub $25 gift card for our mystery athlete of the game. Nobody's identified this person yet?
Nope.
All right, the fourth clue is Burke, B-U-R-K-E. So the clues are Czechoslovakia, after Lindros, Sharks, and Burke. Hopefully someone gets it here during the 5 o'clock break. We got buying or selling. We got words of the day. Tom Gazzola is taking over at 5:30 with the pregame show. Back in a couple minutes.
Two guys and a goalie.
Bouchard was on Tampa or St. Louis. He would be on Team Canada. Hire it or fire it?
Fire it. It's just not Bouch's style.
I'm going to fire it. I don't think that would have swayed it. I think he struggled too much at the start of the year. If he was solid at the start of the year, like if there wasn't that struggle and if the team, and it's on the team just as much as it's him.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada snowboarder Mark McMorris.
Thank you for your continued support, Canada. It's an honor to represent our country. Keep cheering loud, Canada. We feel it. Thank you, Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada ski cross racer Reese Howden.
Being able to represent a country that has done everything to support my dreams is unreal. To stand on the podium and represent Canada, I don't take it for granted at all.
Sentinel Storage, proud partner of Team Canada.
The Oilers and Leafs face off from Rogers Place. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar. Connor Ingram gets a nod in between the pipes. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson set the table during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. That gets going in about 31 minutes right here on EST. For Team Canada, Sam Bennett will replace Anthony Cirelli at the Olympics due to injury, though Florida's Bennett went down with a minor upper body injury against the Sabres last night. And 3 games about to get underway in the NHL. Sens at Hurricanes. The Capitals facing off with the Flyers while the Blue Jackets meet the Devils. In football, TSN's Farhan Lalji has reported a couple of one-year deals for the Double E. Kobe Williams agreeing to an extension, while Brendan O'Leary Orange has also agreed to a contract for next year. And according to ESPN Shams Charania, the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks: Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. Trio of games to start the night at 5 o'clock, including the Nuggets facing off against the Pistons. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you can have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instants, and sports betting all in one place. Go to the app or the website for Play Alberta. Look for EST specials. We got tons of stuff there. Jay's Play of the Day is always there. I might have 1 or 2 fun Super Bowl bets by the end of the week, so that'll be cool. Andy says it used to be that between the antennas and those old vacuum tubes were prone to overheating if there was a surge. That's why people were cautious to watch the TVs during a thunderstorm or a lightning storm back when I was a boy. So a little bit of an explanation. We got it. Yes. Good. I thought somebody would get it at this point, if not sooner. We have a winner for the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. By the way, for those of you who didn't win it, the 5th clue was going to be Leon. Who is the winner?
Big Uke.
Big Uke. Oh, Uke won it.
He got it.
I don't know if he's won Mystery Athlete before. Maybe once.
Maybe
once.
Congrats.
All right.
Well done.
The first clue was Czechoslovakia. This person was born in the nation of Czechoslovakia. I know there is no longer that nation, but that's what it was called. After Lindros, he took a shootout attempt after Lindros in the 1992 Olympics. Sharks, he coached the Cologne Sharks in Germany.
Oh, boy.
Burke, the penalty shot he took was on Sean Burke. Sean Burke. And this was the shot. So they Canada and Germany played. They went to a 5-round shootout. They were still tied. Now, he and Lindros had already shot, but you could go again. Lindros scored. He came in. Burke stops him. The whistle goes, and then the puck comes out and flutters and stops on the goal line anyway. So it wouldn't have counted, but it just made it look extra dramatic. Leon is his son. It's Peter Draisaitl. If you're on YouTube, I believe that's Don Whitman on the call. And then Canada's celebrating. And then, if you can't see it here, it's a behind-the-net replay. So Burke had it between his pads. The whistle went. But it's just crazy that the puck spun and stopped right on the goal line. So it's Peter Draisaitl.
Boy, when Peter Draisaitl thought he had scored,
yeah,
that looked eerily similar to somebody else. That
the way they lift their arms,
yes,
yeah.
that
That's pretty
we
cool.
all get to watch every night. That's fantastic. Well done, Reid.
So here's the thing: it's the
I see what you did there.
It's the Olymp. Oh, we only got one more before the Olympics. There's no mystery athletes of the game.
But I see what you did there.
What did I do?
Well, after Lindros,
I did a bunch of stuff. He shot. Yeah, and we were getting people taken after Lindros in his draft, first overall picks
And
after
then
Lindros.
Sharks.
I can't believe that people thought of that.
Well, I could see how they would, Reid. I could see how they would think that way.
I can't tell you how people are going to think.
A lot of Pat Falloons came in.
Beyond me. Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Who was the other name that you said?
Brzezinski. Oilers Leafs 6:30 at Rogers Place. Oilers trying to end this homestand with a win, 4-3 so far on the homestand. Leafs were having a tough go. Now they've won 2 consecutive games, beating Vancouver and Calgary. We have buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Well, we just had Greg Bell on. He's, with the Tacoma News Tribune down at the Super Bowl, covering the Seahawks, covering a massive event. I mean, you heard him say what it took to get his credentials.
Yes.
I mean, this was the highest level of security in the United States. I don't know, Reid, if we really had the chance to talk about this during the Stanley Cup final last year that you covered.
Right.
Because obviously you're engaged in the play. And then after, you kind of forget about it and you're just talking about the fallout. But I wanted to ask you, I mean, is the Stanley Cup the biggest sports event you've covered?
Oh, absolutely.
And is it, I mean, just give a little idea, because most people wouldn't know how much that dramatically changes what would be the norm for a member of the Edmonton media covering the team as opposed to when it's the Stanley Cup final.
Right. Well, the biggest thing was that one of the biggest things is that it's now an NHL run event. So the media
as opposed to what?
As opposed to it being run by the Oilers.
Okay.
So, my Oilers media pass that OEG gives me at the start of the year is no longer applicable. So when the team you're covering makes the conference final, I think, they say you better apply now for Stanley Cup final credentials if the team you're covering makes it, if you're not a national person like Friedman or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go onto the NHL media site, log in, pick credentials. You can have a preloaded profile, so it preloads some of your stuff. And then which games are you going to cover? Just when your team's home, just when your team's away, all your games? Like who are you? What you got to put in? Are you like broadcaster, editor, writer, or whatever? So 2 years ago in 2024, I was working for the rights holder station, so there was no doubt I was going to be approved because the games on the radio were still on Ched. Last year, I was like, they should accredit me, but if they start cutting people, I might be one of the people who gets cut.
And why would they cut just because there's an influx
if there was absolutely no room.
Right.
Now, I don't know if that was ever on the tape because the Oilers still have input. The NHL would still say, okay, who's who here? Like, what's the hierarchy of the people covering the team?
Would they at all discuss this with the Oilers?
Oh, yes, that's what I mean. I'm sure the NHL would say, okay, we got 50 people from Edmonton media requesting passes. Can you identify who the
validate
30 people are who actually cover the team the most or are the most veteran or whatever?
Right.
So, I was pretty sure. Don't forget, I did have the very last seat at the west end of the building up from the visitors' net in the first or third period as opposed to being basically in the neutral zone most of the other time. And then another huge change was that the media room for post-game interviews and the pregame stuff after the morning skate was the downtown community arena. That was turned into a giant media workroom. The ice was covered. They put out tables. They put out coffee and stuff. They had the stage at the one end where the, Knoblauch or Maurice or whoever would go up and take questions after the game. That was a pretty big change too.
Now, because you haven't always been in Edmonton, I also wanted to know what was the biggest event. And I'm at a loss at how to word this, but almost per capita. Like a massive event that was probably much bigger than you thought, but it was in a small town.
Probably the chuck wagon racing in Dewberry. Like the whole town is there. Like it's like shout out to Dewberry.
Like the businesses and the streets closed down.
Well, close. Like
it's Dewberry Days.
Like it's several hundred people, but I think the town is several hundred people.
Do they call it Dewberry Days?
I can't remember what it was called.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So that was when you were
that was in Lloyd, in
Lloydminster covering the chuck wagon races.
Yes.
And that brought out the people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you think you could then, if the Flames were in the Stanley Cup, you're like, hey, Dustin, we should probably have a presence there. I'm going to go down and cover this. I'll do the show remotely from Calgary. Do you think get accredited?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Why would they accredit someone, who's not covering the team?
So what are the other people in Edmonton? It's all national media, national writers?
Oh, yeah, because think all the people who come in, like, so the Sportsnet people, TSN people, the writers from the, ESPN people, like, the press box is all of a sudden full.
Right.
Yeah, like just packed.
Well, thanks. I wanted to
slimy reporters
to ask you because it just, we got somebody covering the Super Bowl. I figured that would have been the biggest event you would have covered, but
I went to a FIFA Women's World Cup game in media seating, but I wasn't really covering it, so to speak.
Right.
That was when Sinclair got the penalty kick goal to beat China in the opening game. I think she got a late penalty kick in regulation time. Yeah.
Buying or selling, even as a professional athlete, a professional hockey player in the NHL, it's hard to not look past the next day or the next 2 days towards 2.5 weeks off of hockey in the middle of the season. Hence why I maybe put this as an over tonight.
Right.
Maybe some of these players have checked out. Do you think that
I don't know.
that happens, Reid? It's hard to say.
I think it's hard to say. I hope not. I think they're used to focusing and getting the job done in front of them. But I know what you're saying. But they got to fly over in a few days and do all that.
Well, I know, but think of like 98% or 95% of the players in the NHL aren't going to the Olympics.
Right.
Are going to Hawaii or the Bahamas or somewhere tropical with their family and or friends.
Hang out and.
But I mean, if you or I were, hey, Reid, I got 2 days till our family vacation. Part of your mind might be on
for
that.
sure. Yeah, but I know a guy like you would lock in and do a great job.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff that they're dealing with. Is it going to affect them off the... I don't know. That's hard to say. Good question. We are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Canadian Brewhouse is showing you love. Download their app, earn double points on Tuesdays and Thursdays, triple on Sundays, plus weekly challenges, all in the Canadian Brewhouse reward app, the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house. Mex, is there a hidden perk of having a press pass that us normies wouldn't know about? Well, Mex, if I told you, it would no longer be hidden.
Ooh.
Words of the day when we get back.
Last Oilers home game before the Olympic break as they host the Maple Leafs. Connor Ingram starts for Edmonton. Andrew Mangiapane steps in for Curtis Lazar. Catch Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson. They set the table during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in at 5:30 only on EST. In Olympic news, Anthony Cirelli has been ruled out for Team Canada. Sam Bennett steps in as his replacement, while with Bennett sustaining a minor upper body injury yesterday against Buffalo. In CFL news, the Elks have extended Kobe Williams for next season. The club also agreeing to a one-year deal with Hamilton's Brendan O'Leary. Orange, TSN's Farhan Lalji reporting, and there's 3 games live in the NHL right now. The Blue Jackets and Devils battling the Caps and Flyers, going at it. The Senators and Hurricanes matching up. All 3 games scoreless early in the first period. To the NBA, ESPN's Shams Charania has reported the Jazz are acquiring Jaren Jackson Jr. and 3 others from the Grizzlies in exchange for 3 first-round picks: Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang. Over on the court right now, a trio of games are live, including the Nuggets and Pistons tied at 2 aside, just 2 minutes into action. The words of the day for the Edmonton Public Library brings us back following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
Since the Jari Skinner trade, the Oilers are blank.
That was December 7th?
It was December 12th, I think.
December 12th. Good. Not great.
Better? Worse? The same?
Slightly
better. So I have the numbers here.
Okay.
Pre-trade, they had a .565 winning percentage. Post-trade, they have a .576.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Edmonton, be part of history. Support Canada Soccer's men's national team as they battle Uzbekistan in the final send-off series ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
You already know where you should go to watch the big game. Where else but River Cree Resort and Casino? Come out to the venue for the massive football watch party on February 8th. Doors open at 3:30 with kickoff at 4:30. Your $35 ticket includes reserved seating and an all-you-can-eat buffet. Or sit in a premium black leather throne of comfort with the VIP lounge package, just $70 a seat. Don't miss out on the football action. Buy your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com. Must be 18 plus.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Final segment here on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, Reid Wilkins, and myself, Zach Kubish, here from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Comment from the Chaos Jester in the Nasty Chat. Reid once used his press pass to commandeer a Peruvian submarine to take him to a Def Leppard concert in Antarctica. In parentheses, true story. Reid, did that actually happen?
That is absolutely outrageous. The concert was in South Africa.
I knew that was coming.
You can post in the Nasty Chat on YouTube if you're there. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. We're at 119 thumbs. We've got 7 minutes left in the show. Let's get to 130. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do. If you have hit the thumbs up button, then instead hit the button and send the show link off to somebody else and encourage them to check out the program. You can text us, of course, 780-218-9999. River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. They got DJ Pauly D.
Yes.
What does the D stand for? Performing at the venue at River Cree on March 7th. George Thorogood and the Destroyers, March 19th. Whole bunch of other great shows. Go to rivercreeresort.com. All right. Oilers, Maple Leafs tonight. Ingram, Stolars, the goaltending matchup. What do you think, G? You actually think it's going to be a goal fest?
Yes.
For some reason, I don't. I don't know why.
I don't know what would suggest otherwise, given the way that they've played in this homestand.
I just think weird things sometimes.
And given that they're all 2 days away from a glorious holiday. Meh.
Well, the Leafs are there tonight. This is their last game.
Who cares?
I don't know. I for some reason, do not think there will be a lot of goals tonight.
Well, I guess one of us will be right and one of us will be wrong.
Well, yes, true. I don't know. Just something tells me, and I'm not necessarily it's good. I'm not saying necessarily it's going to be because of good defending. I just think it might be a goofy game that doesn't result in a lot of goals. Now, have I been wrong before? Very rarely, but yes.
Yes, it's true. You've got a great track record.
We'll see. We'll see. I just think this might be a 3-2 game as opposed to 5-4 or 6-5.
Well, I guess time will tell. But you can't turn back time.
You really can't.
You sure can't.
Let's get to our final segment on the show. By the way, Tom's taking over at 5:30. GCLD's our Oil Stream pregame show. That's why we're stopping a little bit early so he gets the full hour in. Words of the day presented by the Edmonton Public Library. I was reading a new book on the Libby app last night. Reading the Lincoln Lawyer. What?
Let's stop.
What?
Did you change something on your Libby app, Reid?
I did. I changed the font so it's now white font on a black background.
Really?
Yes.
As opposed to more like a white black on white, like
yes.
a normal book.
Right.
And what's the vibe? What are you feeling? How are your eyes doing? Is it easier to read?
It's helped a little because still the fallout from my retinal surgery is that if I look at a white screen for a while, it starts to I get a little starry-eyed almost.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So this allows you to read.
Well, I'm going to find out. I just did it last night. I'm willing to try it. Yeah, it's just dark mode, I guess. Yeah.
I'd like a full review.
Well, I'll give you one when I finish the book.
Okay. Can you do dark mode on your computer?
I did it. I've done it. That's what I was showing Ben earlier.
You son
even on Microsoft Word. Look at this. That's Microsoft Word.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
I would prefer that because I'm down with that. Staring at a white
we're getting old,
bright
baby.
screen.
Yeah, our eyes are betraying us.
Can you show me how to do that, Reid?
It was quite easy. It was like settings.
I guess I could Google it.
Yeah, it'll come up.
God bless Google.
Edmonton Public Library. A lot of great libraries in the city. The Libby app is a fun way to take out books and magazines and all that stuff. EPL.ca. All right.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
And I would like to just give a shout out to Spency5Centsy for emailing me with these words of the day.
You got to love the listener submissions.
I'm all for it. If you want to email me words of the day, I'll use them. Thanks, Spency.
Call the dogs off.
First word of the day. Elision.
Elision?
Elision.
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 I have no idea. Elision?
Elision.
Sounds like you're saying a Z.
I'm not.
Wow. I'm taking a wild stab at it. I don't know this word. ELISCHYN. Probably not even close. Yeah, right. This is hopeless.
ALLISION.
It's like Allison with an I in it.
It is.
I need a sentence. I have no idea what it means.
Okay.
This is me trying to figure out this word.
Cruise ship Carnival Glory had an collision with cruise ship Carnival Legend this morning in Cozumel.
Is it a collision at sea? Is it a collision between boats? It's specifically a collision at sea.
Well, I'll give you it. It's the striking of one ship by another.
So it's specifically ships striking each other.
So that's why I gave you it, because ships generally
So if you and
only,
I ran into each other in the hallway, we would not have an collision.
it would be a collision.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Well, I learned something today.
Collision.
Scrounged a half point.
Only a naval term.
Can we do the second one quick? Are we doing another one?
Scurrilous. Second word, scurrilous.
Oh, I got to go quick here. SCURILOUS. Two R's?
Yes. SCURRILOUS.
I want 0.1.
You will get it.
Because I knew the alternative. And I think it kind of means like dishonest and shifty or underhanded.
Sure. Making or spreading scandalous claims about someone with the intention of damaging their reputation.
Well, no, I didn't.
Yeah, you weren't that close.
No, I wasn't.
You know what?
I could maybe get another 0.1 for that.
Yeah, so we'll give you 1.2 out of 4. Not bad.
Yeah, that's good. It could have been worse. No, I don't even get that much. I get 0.7.
You didn't get the spelling of either word.
No.
So you got 1 for the definition of elision.
No, I didn't. I got a half point.
Oh, I gave you a
sentence.
Oh, sorry.
No, scurrilous.
Judge's error.
No, scurrilous. I didn't even ask for a sentence, though.
That's true.
So I probably would have.
Let's call it
0.75 out of 4.
Yeah, let's call it 1.1234.
All right, now we're done. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson, and others coming up. GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Leafs and Oilers at 6:30. On behalf of Zach Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Enjoy the game.